When you go to a restaurant, the less that you know about what happens in the kitchen, the more you enjoy your meal. Jeffrey Wright. I love restaurants, and specifically, I have so much respect for restaurant owners because it's one of the hardest businesses in the world. Critics, aka your customers, can pick literally from hundreds of restaurants in your local area. And if they pick you, your margins are still very low and you're trying to pay all of your staff and stay afloat. Not the easiest business in the world, which is exactly why in this week's episode of MasterTalk, I'm going to be talking about restaurants and the 3 lessons that I learned that apply for every presentation. Hi everyone, Brent here from MasterTalk on your go-to channel to mastering your talk. And today we're talking restaurants. So get a chair, sit down, and let's have a meal. Number 1, the best restaurants often have the smallest menus. Have you ever been to a restaurant with only 5 things on the menu? Have you also been to a restaurant with over 100 things on the menu? Trust me, I've been to both, and the difference is night and day. When I visit the restaurant with 100 different items, 2 things happen. 1, I'm confused. I don't really know what to order. And B, what I order isn't particularly great. It's okay. It's acceptable, but I probably won't tell my friends about that place. But that's the secret, is even if you're the best kitchen staff in the world, it's hard to get 200 dishes right at a world-class level. Whereas the best restaurants in the world generally have 2 to 3 things that they're exceptional at. So what's the analogy to communication? The analogy is simple. Keep the menu small. Don't try and be world-class at 10 different things. Tony Robbins isn't trying to be the world's best swimming coach. Gary Vaynerchuk isn't trying to be the world's best cooking coach. They know their lane and they stick to it. And that's why they're world class. So if you want to be world class, you need to start behaving like a Michelin star restaurant. So pick 1 to 2 things that you want to be world class at and tunnel vision focus until you're the best in the world at that thing. Number 2, restaurants allow us to build community with each other. As Giada De Laurentiis explains so well, food creates community. It brings us together on so many different levels. It is both nourishment of the soul and body. When I think about the best conversations I've had in my life, they're often around food, around people that I love, around old friends, and that's what food allows us to do. And that's the magic of powerful restaurants, is it's not just about the food. It's about the nice waiter. It's about the ambiance, the atmosphere that you're creating, and the feeling that you leave that restaurant with. From the owner that you speak to the history of the food itself. That's what brings community together and makes us want to tell our friends. It's almost as if it's part of our identity. And that's what the best restaurants have. They have a strong community that constantly advocates for them and their food. How does that apply in the context of communication? Where is your tribe? Where is your community? Where are the groups of people that you are pouring your soul into, your mind into, your energy into? That's how you create ideas worth spreading, not by trying to appeal to millions of people, but as Seth Godin explains so well, by speaking into your smallest viable audience. Who are those people? Who are the smallest group of people that will buy into your ideas? And how can you add so much value to those 1,000 people that they want to tell everyone about you? And that is how ideas spread and how yours will too. And finally, number 3, delivering a world-class service is the only way to survive in the restaurant business. Did you know that the average profit margins of a restaurant biz is 5%? 90% of them fail, and the average restaurant only lasts 5 years. So how do you differentiate yourself from the competition? Well, there's only one way. World-class everything. Service, food, community. Your restaurant better check every single box or you probably won't last a long time. And that's how competitive that business is. And the reason I bring that up is when was the last time we applied that level of rigor, that level of focus, that level of commitment and dedication into our ideas, into what we want to share with the world? The challenge becomes this. If we don't treat our ideas like a restaurant business, we'll get lazy. We'll tell ourselves, oh yeah, I'll just speak out my ideas and hopefully somebody hears them. Wrong idea. You want to be as obsessed as that restaurant owner is to deliver exceptional service to every person who hears your ideas. And that is how you deliver a 5-star experience to everyone who comes and listens to what you have to say. Whether it's sending voice messages to all of your fans, video messages, small gifts, asking them questions, getting on Zoom calls with them. That's how you really build community. And that's how you grow your following and the people that follow you. As Jeffrey Wright says so well, when we go to a restaurant, we typically enjoy the meal a lot more than the work in the back. What the kitchen staff is doing, what every member of that company, of that restaurant is doing to make sure that you're fed, that you're happy when you leave that building. That's why I'm so nice to every restaurant waiter I meet in my life, because I know how hard their life is, the challenge they go through, the customers they have to deal with thin profit margins. And my heart goes out to all of them. And that's why I learned so much from them. Because if they're willing to deal with customers who are paying them what? $10, $15 for a meal? I need to bring that same level of devotion, commitment, and authenticity into the ideas that we are looking to share with the world. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of Master Talk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And I would love to hear in the comments, feel free to type what your favorite restaurant is. I'm sure I'd love to visit it. If you know one person who loves going to restaurants, and I'm pretty sure you do, be sure to send them this video so that they'll be oddly surprised because you're sending them a public speaking video and not a restaurant recommendation. Anyways, take care.